What if I told you that the harshest critic in your life isn't your boss, it's not your parents, it's not even your ex. It's a voice inside your own head, and it's been there since you were a child. You know that moment when you're about to take a risk, apply for the job, start the business, tell someone how you feel, and suddenly this voice shows up? You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? Don't embarrass yourself. That's your inner critic. And today, we need to talk about where it actually comes from. Because once you understand it, it loses its power over you. Here's what most people don't realize. Your inner critic wasn't born with you. You weren't born thinking you were too much or not enough. You learned it. When you were a child, maybe 5, 7, or 10 years old, your brain was absorbing everything. Every time a parent said, "Stop crying, you're embarrassing us." Every time a teacher said, "That's a stupid answer." Every time a friend laughed at you in the hallway, your brain did something incredibly smart and incredibly painful. It created a voice to protect you. If I criticize myself first, no one else can hurt me. That voice was adaptive. Back then, it kept you safe. It helped you survive in environments where love felt conditional, where you had to perform, please, or shrink yourself just to be accepted. The problem? That voice is still running the same program, decades later. It doesn't know you're an adult now. It doesn't know you can handle rejection, failure, or judgment. It still thinks it's protecting a 7-year-old kid who just wanted to feel loved. Now here's the part that really blows people's minds. Your inner critic is flexible. It shapeshifts. Some days it sounds like a strict parent. You should be further along by now. Some days it sounds like a bully. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Some days it's subtle. It doesn't even use words. It just makes you procrastinate, scroll instead of create, stay quiet instead of speak up. Why is it so adaptive? Because it learned from the most important people in your life. If your mom was a perfectionist, your critic sounds like her. If your dad was emotionally distant, your critic tells you not to need people. If your school punished mistakes, your critic makes failure feel like a catastrophe. This is called internalized dialogue. You absorb the voices of others, and now they live inside you as your own thoughts. The scary part? Most people never question whether those thoughts are actually true. They accept the critic as reality, as fact, as who they are. But here's the truth. That voice is not you. It's a wound that learned to speak. So what do you do with it? First, you don't fight it. You don't try to silence it, because that voice is trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. Fighting it just makes it louder. Instead, you get curious. Next time the critic shows up, try this. Don't say stop. Say, "I hear you. Where did you come from?" Ask yourself, whose voice is this, really? When did I first hear it? What was I afraid of back then? You might be surprised. Often, the harshest inner critics belong to people who grew up in homes where love came with conditions, where being vulnerable felt dangerous, where making mistakes meant losing approval. The second step is this. You talk back, but with compassion, not combat. Instead of, "You're not good enough," try, "I'm still learning, and that's okay." Instead of, "Nobody cares about what you think," try, "My perspective has value, even if not everyone sees it." This isn't toxic positivity, this is reparenting yourself, giving yourself the validation that maybe no one gave you when you actually needed it. The inner critic softens when it feels heard, not fought. I want to leave you with one question, and I really want you to sit with it. Think about the most common thing your inner critic says to you. Now ask yourself, who taught you that? Drop it in the comments below. Seriously, because I found that when we name these things out loud, even in a YouTube comment section, something shifts. The critic loses a little of its grip. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. And that difference? That's where your freedom begins. If this hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in the next one.